Record. All right, hi guys. So I did my topic for this Kaya assignment on mass incarceration at first, which is a very broad population of people. And then by the second paper, after seeing Rachel's comments and stuff, I really narrowed it down to ex-offenders who are unemployed. And I think a lot of us in our different classes have heard a lot about mass incarceration, and that one of the big problems with it is the unemployment rate after those ex-offenders are released. So I'm going to go ahead and share screen with you guys. Give me 1 second. Share. Okay. This is a PowerPoint that I came up with just to kind of show you guys the need and what is probably going to help. All right, so the need. In the country as a whole, over 600,000 individuals are released from prison annually, and 3/4 of them are rearrested within 5 years of their release. And this is due usually to the unemployment rate and them not being able to find a job. And I think most of us are familiar with that daunting question on every application: have you ever been convicted of a felon? Most ex-offenders see this and have to answer honestly, because if they don't, their employer could find out and they could get fired. It's happened before. They answer this honestly only to know they will most likely not be hired with a criminal record, which is super discouraging for them. This leads to low unemployment among this population, which leaves them without funds for housing, food, etc. And this may lead them to repeat the same behavior that incarcerated them in the first place because they feel they have no other choice. So my passion in this is kind of, I just think that there's not enough options for them, and we need to do something earlier to help them. And I just feel like we set them up for failure, and that's not fair. And also, men and women released from correctional facilities receive minimal preparation, like I was just saying, inadequate assistance and resources, which makes their reentry into communities challenging. And this isn't helping our communities either, because we want to be able to have ex-offenders come back to their communities and be a positive influence on the community and use what they've learned, which isn't enough. Obviously, we need more programs in their time away to be different, what they've learned to, change their behavior, change their character. So moving right along here. This is in Franklin County alone, so in our area. And I think this really says a lot about our need just in Franklin County. The overall 3-year recidivism rate for inmates released from Ohio prisons in 2013 is 30.73%. And it's up nearly 1.5 percentage points from the 3-year rate from 2012, which was 29.26%. And then in Franklin County alone, the recidivism rate in 2013 went up 2.2% from 28.3% in 2012 to 30.4% in 2013. And the overall recidivism rate for Ohio as a whole exceeds 30% for the first time in 5 years. This evidence shows the clear need for assistance in Franklin County, in my opinion. Okay, what can offer help? So I felt like I researched and I found, I found so many websites that would say, this is our program, this is what we do, but they wouldn't give statistics of how successful their program was. And I finally found this program, which is called Prison Entrepreneur Program, or PEP. And it's kind of based out of Texas, but they look at all prisons across the country to recruit. So a little bit about this program. It was established in 2004. It's an independent 501c3 nonprofit organization that connects the nation's top executive entrepreneurs and MBA students with convicted felons. So there's a rigorous application process involving essay questions, interviews, and passing a test with a 70% or higher. And then once they make it through that, only 400 to 500 men are selected from prisons across the country If they make it to the final application steps and are chosen, they are transferred to one of 2 different prisons that offer the program. And both of these prisons that offer the program are in Texas. They will be transferred so they can start the program once they're accepted. After being selected and transferred, the inmates begin a 3-month in-prison character development program known as the Leadership Academy. And in this program, the Leadership Academy, the people running it want to see that these inmates are living out the 10 driving values of PEP, which are integrity, accountability, wise stewardship, love, fun, fresh start outlook, servant leader mentality, innovation, execution, and excellence. And after this Leadership Academy, it is immediately followed by a 6-month in-prison mini MBA program taught by PEP staff, board members, and business executives lecturing on topics within their areas of expertise. So they not only have the CEOs and the PEP staff and the board members and stuff share their experience and how they've been successful in the entrepreneur field, but they're bringing in people from the outside to share their expertise in the field and really help these men understand what it's required to be an entrepreneur. Okay, then each student is required to create a business that he would start up upon release. They will then create a business plan for launching their business and present this plan over 120 times to the experts in the field in a Shark Tank-like setting. So the program really tests these men and really makes them practice over and over and over again, which repetitive practice, I think, is what is super important here. And then lastly, the men must complete a financial literacy course, an unemployment workshop, a business etiquette course, and a Toastmasters class. And then PEP results, and this is what I was telling you guys at the very beginning, really caught my interest. According to the PEP website, 100% of PEP graduates are employed within 90 days of release from prison. Their graduates average only 20 days from prison to paycheck. So that's only 20 days of them possibly feeling stressed, discouraged, disappointed. I think this program really builds them up for such a long period of time before they're released to really help them believe in themselves, that they can become employed. And I think this program also does connect them with people that will hire them and take a chance on them, knowing that they do have a convicted felony or whatever it may be. But they do know probably also that they've created this, or they've gone through this workshop. So PEP graduates have a $12.63 an hour average starting wage. After their first year of release, the average wage rises to $17.97 per hour, and their average wage after 3 years of release is $23.62 an hour, which will really help them provide for their families if they have them, provide for themselves, be able to get housing, food, whatever they may need to be successful. So that's the end of the PowerPoint that I have. But I think this program is great. And I think that I wish that we could find a way in our society in all states to offer this, and not only to men. The one gap that I noticed and that I didn't like with this program is they don't offer this to women, and that's excluding an entire population that really needs to be recognized here. So I think if we were able to find a way, like I said, to offer it in every prison system in every state, I think that it will really drop those recidivism rates and really help destigmatize the ex-offender, stigma that's attached to it. So yeah, that is the program that I chose to kind of look through and redo in our paper and write the the logic model and stuff like that. I think it would really, really help. And like I said, it was the one program that I found that they offered so many statistics on how it has already helped. So like I said, I think we need to add in women, and we need to really find a way to do this in every state and not make it just only 450 to 500 men, because we know that there are many, many more that are incarcerated that would need this kind of help. So, so that's all I've got. Hopefully you find it interesting, find the program to be helpful. Thanks.